Hello. How you doing? I hope you're doing good. I hope I'm looking at the proper camera, because I always like to make sure I'm maintaining deep, searing eye contact with you when I do these readings. It has been a minute since I have done a reading for the collective, and last night was the first time in a hot minute that I did an update video in order to kind of update people who are following me, who are following my journey on what's happening in my life. And last night I felt to do a tarot card reading for the collective, an oracle reading, if you will. And it's interesting because I've felt to do it quite a few times, but then I've ended up not doing it. And I realized as I was sitting here just now, I just told my sister, because she's going outside to meditate, I think I am moved to do tarot card readings after moments of vulnerability. So when I'm vulnerable with you guys, it opens up a two-way street spiritually, where I not only am able to be vulnerable and open to, sharing of my life, but I'm also vulnerable and open to receiving things on your behalf. So this reading is going to be very interesting. The cards do not feel solid in my hand right now. That's the first thing I'm noticing, is I'm having trouble shuffling. So I don't know what that means. It feels spacey. The message feels spacey. That's part of the reason this background music I was moved to put on for y'all. So it's a very kind of ethereal, it's not very grounded. So is it that you're not grounded? Is it that the situation isn't grounded and there's a duck making searing eye contact with me from the pond? I know you can't see me, bruh, but it's so weird. Okay, so that card. Let's see what we've got for you all. I hope you're doing well today, as I always do, but I can feel the weight of this message. I can already feel it. And I don't think this video is going to be very long. So, 2 minutes and 22 seconds on my timer as I say that. I don't think this is going to be a long message. So, 222, whatever you were just thinking of is why you're about to get this reading. You made a decision somewhere. That one, 4. This one, nope, 5. Okay. Let's see what we've got. What is here for you? I'm gonna turn these bitches over. Ooh, I've pulled these. All right, so the first thing we have is a sickle. Focus, regrowth, and, where's the camera? Focus, regrowth, and letting go. I know it's backwards on the camera. Next is buds, new beginnings and expansion. All right, so there's that. The reason I show you the cards is because there's something about the imagery that connects with you. Rain, cleansing, purification, and hydration. My hand feels like it's gonna start shaking any second now. And then we have the sun, which represents healing energy, happiness, comfort, and joy. Yep. Why is my hand shaking? And then the moon, which represents phases, cycles, and intuition. This is why the reading is happening. So, your intuition is getting stronger, or you need to work on it. It's one of the two. There is no in between, is what I'm feeling right now. And let me see. So this card is actually the reason. This is the reason for your current season, is that you are to be strengthening and connecting better with your intuition. And it's gonna flow through you. It's gonna feel like, that's why it feels weightless. So it's weightless because this is the space, this is what intuition actually is. This is why you're uncomfortable with using your intuition frequently, because it's a foreign feeling. We're used to wanting to feel grounded. We go outside, we walk, barefoot, we, connect with our root chakras. We do all of that stuff in order to ground ourselves. But right now, your intuition, this is what you're meant to connect with. And yes, it's important to ground yourself, but there's also kind of a weightless feeling that you're avoiding because it's really uncomfortable to feel. And I feel this actually within me as well. So this message is for me as well. But there's a discomfort with floating in the middle of the ocean. And that's what your intuition is. Your intuition is the ocean. It ebbs and it flows. It brings in information, and it's got so much at its depths. And you are meant to dive as deep as you can into your intuition and get really comfortable in that weightless feeling. Ooh, I feel tingling like in my arms and in my wrists. So we have that. Okay, so let's see these other 4 cards. This is what we're working with. I'll show you all so that you can see. 5:35 on my timer as I hold those up. Rain, purification, the sun, new beginnings, focus, regrowth, and letting go. The sun, healing energy, happiness, comfort, and joy. Is it at the beginning or is it at the end? What is the through line of this reading, Spirit? Could you let me in on that information, please? Make me aware. Give me the point. What is the overall point of this? The tears that you are crying are good. They are good tears. They are meant to release toxicity. They are meant to release past situations. They are meant to release past people. You are to let go during this time. So yeah, you're definitely moved to let go. Bro, I can't get over the fact that I'm having tingling in my wrists and in my hands right now. This is like a new type of thing. I'm used to the energy being like in here. I'm used to it kind of coming from the top space. Purification and hydration. I'm hearing a TikTok phrase. There's a German guy on TikTok he's a German comedian and he kills me every time. And I saw a video that he did yesterday on the word Schadenfreude. And that is the German word that describes the feeling of pleasure that you feel when somebody else is going through it. And he had a statement. And the statement he said was, it's this. He said, do you see this lady? It was a clip of like a football game that a team lost. And the team that lost, the fans were crying. And this close-up of this lady crying, and he said, look at her tears. They're hydrating your emotions. They are literally fueling the Schadenfreude, and it was comedic in nature. That is what this is doing. Your tears are meant to hydrate your connection with intuition. It is when we are at our worst. It is when we feel the worst. It is when we have reached rock bottom and we're crying and we feel like we don't have any more tears to cry, that your intuition is usually, that's when you need to connect with it. That's what, you have no other choice. You have no other choice but to connect with your intuition at that point. So a lot of you are at rock bottom. You watching this right now, you are feeling potentially stuck, potentially unhappy. I'm getting that you've cried a lot. I'm getting I'm getting dry eyes. I'm getting having to use Visine. I'm getting red eyes. That could be for a number of reasons. Oh, they're repainting the banister outside. I see you, bruh. Repaint that shit. And so the crying is good. The crying, if you've been crying, or if you find yourself crying in the near future, that is the sign that it is time for you to drop right into that intuition. Right into that place, right into where your soul is sitting. And some of you might be like, well, how do I feel my intuition? I want you, if you can, to pretend when you breathe, try to get your breath going. So like pick it up. You're gonna feel an energy. That energy that you feel, that is energy. That is energy. That is what your intuition is. It is energy. It's not that excited energy, but that is what the energy that you feel, that is what the intuition is equal to. That energy, see if you can sit in it, even when you're not breathing heavy. That is how you feel it. There are intuition little videos on TikTok that I've been doing. And ordinarily when they say, what image is on the back of this card? What number am I thinking between 1 and 100? Whenever they have those, what I used to do was I used to guess mentally. I used to try to see it in my mind. And what I realized was I started to feel a pull, and it happened here in my solar plexus, which is the intuitive center of the body. And I started to feel a pull to an answer. I was still wrong a lot, but I started to slow down and listen to that intuitive center. Now is the time for you to do that, especially if you are finding yourself miserable because of relationships, because of job, because of children, because of whatever it is, whatever struggle you are going through. If you are ill, if you are sick, now is the time to connect to your intuition, my love. No time like the present in that regard. Healing energy and happiness will come from this cleansing. So you're gonna have this darkness, this dark night of your soul, if you will, and then the clouds will clear and the sun is going to come out. It is going to be a natural, it's gonna be a natural progression. So you've got this, and then you have the sunlight. And what happens when the sun comes out? There are new beginnings. There are buds. It is time for you to let go. Okay, so we have our base. And then we have, give me a second, 11 minutes and 23 seconds as I'm saying this. This is the base. And then it goes like this. Give me a second. Just hang in there. Let me get it together. You have your intuition. You have the rain, the sun, the woods. And the whole point, the overall point, is that you are letting go. It creates a cross. So crosses are significant to you. I don't know how. Whether that have to do with your walk with God. For those of you following me who are Christian. How y'all doing? For those of you who the crucifix in some way has been helpful or beneficial to you, I'm seeing in my mind rosary beads, or maybe you've wanted rosary beads. Maybe somebody owns a necklace that has a crucifix on it, even though you're not religious. I'm also hearing this. Somebody watching this right now. This is you. You have sacrificed enough. You have sacrificed enough. You don't need to sacrifice anymore. You've done that. The self-sacrificing, the martyrdom, leave that to somebody else. It's time for you to step out of that space. You don't need to be self-sacrificing anymore. You don't need to be self-sacrificing anymore. Let it go. Let it go. That is not your identity. That is not who you are. You are a magical, beautiful, and powerful being outside of your ability to sacrifice on other people's behalf. That is not for you. That is not for you. That's for the divine. That's for powers that are much, much bigger. Your goal right now is to find peace in the life that you are living. And by finding peace, you will become the answer and example to people who need it. That's what they need to see. That is what they need to see. You self-sacrificing in some ways could be your ego. It's time to let that go. It's time to move forward. And this is one of the ways you're going to do it. Your intuition is crying out for you right now. Your intuition wants you to connect. I don't care what gender or ethnicity you are watching this video. It is time. 13 minutes and 33 seconds as I'm saying that. It is time. It's time for you to connect with your intuition. If you are a person who identifies as male and you're watching this video, your intuition is actually very strong. You just don't trust it. You don't trust it. I don't know why. You could be one of these people who are like, oh, this is some magical wee woo woo bullshit. I get it. I get it. I get it. But it's time for you to hop on the wee magical bullshit. Come on. Come with us. Come. Hold on to my hand. Hold on to my hand. Come on. We're all going together. Hop in the bandwagon. Well, I don't want to be like other people. You're not going to be like other people. At your core, you are like. So you're not going to be like other people because you don't have the exact same journey that other people have. However, at your core, you are like other people because what is running your body is the soul. Everybody has a soul, and all of our souls are connected to that one energy, is my belief system. I'm not trying to change y'all's mind on what you believe, on what you think. However, 14 minutes and 41 seconds as I'm saying this. However. So you are not alone because spirit is always there. That divine is always there. Pray if you need to. Speak to God if you need to. Some of you have a lot of religious trauma. You need to work through that, because the religious trauma should not stand in the way of your connection with the divine. That should not stand in your way with your connection to self, your higher self. That should not stand in the way of your connection to having all that you deserve in this lifetime. And you deserve so much. I know some of you don't think that you deserve things. And because you don't think you deserve it, that's why you're not getting shit. I'm sorry, but that's why. I don't know what is happening in this space. I really thought I was gonna come with some I love y'all, and I do. I love y'all so much. But how I am feeling right now is that some of you are kind of like spinning around the drain right now. I'm seeing a toilet bowl. It's a consistent whirlpool of I want what I want, and I start really excited. I get really disappointed because I'm not seeing exactly what I'm wanting, and now I don't want to be here anymore. Or I don't want to do this anymore. Or I'm fucking tired. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing I'm tired of this, Grandpa. And Spirit is saying, well, that's too damn bad. That's too bad. I get that you're tired, but part of the reason that you're tired is because you're not connecting with your intuition, which is going to help you not be tired. You're carrying loads and weight you don't need to be carrying. Other people told you you needed to carry them. Other people said that shit. You don't have to. That's not for you to do. I know you think it's for you to do. You're like 60 minutes to 23 seconds as I'm saying this. You're like, I feel called. I feel called to do this stuff. Okay, is it actually a calling? Is it actually a calling? What did the caller ID say when that call came through? Who's the caller? When you say you feel called to do something, check that source. Again, where you at? Stop hiding. This. Check it. Check it right now. For those of you that do not know, Spirit manifests to you in different ways. There are Norwegian gods. There are African gods. There are native gods. There are spirits and ancestors that are connected to a lot of different ethnicities and religious factions and walks of life, but they are all connected to one source energy. It just manifests itself differently to whatever you need to start focusing on self and connecting. The manifestation, she is amazing and wonderful, who has been working with me recently, which is probably why I'm talking very aggressively right now, is Hecate. She has been very aggressively moving me towards transformation and actually taking my own life into my own hands and not sitting back and letting some other bitch ass person try to come through and have me do things. So it is time. It is time. You need to connect with somebody on your team right now. There's somebody on your team who's trying to get your attention. I'm seeing moths. I'm seeing wolves. I'm seeing owls. I see a high place over a high forest. Twilight? I'm seeing 3 pine trees. If any of that imagery is significant to you, there is somebody on your team right now who needs to speak with you. You need to make time. Make time. And when I say make time, don't say, okay, let me meditate for 10 minutes and get this over with. No. You're not supposed to rush through it. You need to dedicate that time as if somebody offered you a money-making opportunity and you're focused on reading through that contract and signing those papers. That's how focused you need to be in your next meditation session. It doesn't have to be long. I'm getting that as little as 5 minutes and you will have the answer that you need. That's it. That's all I got. So, if you're watching on your phone, take a screenshot. If you're watching on your computer, you can also take a screenshot. I've learned with my old ass that you apparently can do that. Alright? So you got your intuition, which is the whole reason this reading is happening. Your intuition's trying to get in contact with you. And then here, your tears. If you've been sad, you've been having a sad day, this is the time. The sun is going to come out after the sadness. After the sadness, the sadness. Sad nest. A nest? Gaseous? Jupiter. Neptune? I'm seeing planets that don't have solid ground. I'm seeing very volatile, hostile areas. I don't know why that's significant. But that's all I'm led to say about that. So you're going to have the sun come out, and then you're going to have some new beginnings, and you are to let go. Let go. It's time to let go. I love you guys so much. I hope this reading is beneficial to you in some way. I know it's going to be beneficial. So to whoever this is for, you've got this. You've got this. I speak aggressively because I care. If I didn't care, I wouldn't speak aggressively. You are loved. And what I'm hearing is, I want to connect with you. What I'm hearing is, I want to be there for you, but you have to let me in. I don't know who is speaking to you, but somebody on your team is saying, you have to let me in. You have to let me in. You have to take the moment to accept my help. You have to ask for my help. I'm not going to roll through on no consent bullshit and try to force you into a new state of being. You have to ask for my help. And I have a feeling that that's your intuition talking. It's also a member of your spiritual team talking. It could be an ancestor. It could be a deity of some sort. Whatever walk of life you're on right now, somebody is trying to contact you. And it's time for you to open your ears and listen. Alright, I think that's all I have. I love you guys so much. I do not apologize for this sounding as aggressively as it did, because I feel like this is important for somebody. Oh, my chest is all tingly and my wrists and hands are tingly. What the fuck? Alright, I love you guys. Have an amazing day, and I will holler at you guys whenever I am next moved. Bye-bye now.